played it at a incredibly high level. That I think they were mainly one of the first ones that really started to bring the slider into the meta. They were going like, you know, brown boots, wand, and a Glover Haste, and then into a Midas, and then back into like a Blink. They were huge fans of those builds. I'm not saying that's going to be a thing because of how slow it is, but they have a incredible playstyle with the slider. Faith Beyond thrives on this hero. How is it going to match up versus the Juggernaut? Because slider in a melee matchup can feel pretty nice, but this feels like a devastating lane though. Like Enchantress to slow down the slider so he can't escape from the Blade Fury, and then Yuwa is just going to do so much damage throughout that.
It's going to be rough. I think it's going to be... That offlane kind of feels like a little bit of a sack. I don't think they're playing it for the laning stage, right? I know we talked about you want that guaranteed stun setup into the arrow. It provides that a little bit, but something that we haven't talked about. You know, with nothing to say, he's going to eventually build into that Desolator, right? For the quick damage. You've got that, plus the Corrosive Haze, plus the Elder Titan. People are going to be taking a ton of physical damage as it gets to the late game. It's just a matter of how do you get there?
That is a very good point. How do you get to that late game? Because when Puck's a hero, Quinn, he's only got one armor to start. So it's going to be very, very difficult for him. And you take a look at how the other heroes are going to be able to get armor as this game goes on. I mean, Enchantress doesn't have the greatest agility gain. So this is a tricky one, but we will see a big contestant potentially by this bottom bounty rune.
I think realistically, you're not going to be able to do all too much. They really got to try and make it. The enchant got leveled up there by LOA, so he's not going to be able to use it to contest this with the impetus. Do end up taking away, getting all four. They are. Ooh, ominous. And keep in mind, like, this is the battle for the upper bracket. This isn't like, you know, oh, there's the last series, spots are already decided. This is who gets the double chance in the upper bracket. Still not sure how seeding's going to work, if it's going to be, you know, the teams that automatically qualified through to playoffs playing up against group stage teams, if it's going to be randomized, but it's a lot to play for, so...
Yeah, it is indeed.
China. Oh, nicely done there by Elway. Not sure if that was intentional, but he body blocked to make sure that that range creep wasn't going to get hit. That's the difference between a range creep being secured, all that experience going your way, and it being denied out.
Very much so. Let's see. So, how are we feeling this game one though? Even though we haven't seen First Blood yet, and even though LGD did get all 4 bounties, is there a slight edge to one team's draft?
I think it just goes down to how effective are they going to be at minimizing the lack of impact that you're going to have in the laning stage in this offlane for LGD. If they get past 30 minutes, I think they've got this one in the bag. No, maybe not. Maybe if it gets super late, the Enigma's going to come back into it.
We'll see if Lelis can have a strong game or not, because there's been quite some, on other streams, seeing some clips, some crazy black holes, so with Lelis is going to be able to do the same thing, because you've got to keep in mind is Madai can always itemize 4 BKB piercing stuns, like the Mars and the Monkey King can always go down the Abyssal route, and maybe Faith Beyond if it can, you know, backstab the Enigma's positioning, but
a little fake out there by LOA, making sure to look like he was trying to get the last hit on that small creep, but ends up making Xingqiu actually stay inside the creep spawn box, so ends up blocking his own camp. A little annoyed with himself there. Let's see here, they're just feeding over as many salves, tangos as possible onto Faith Beyond so that he can get out of this laning stage with something. He needs to be able to rotate through. Once he gets those boots, maybe they can look to go for a kill with this arrow setup.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be difficult to bring down the Jug, it feels like. If Aloe's positioning is a bit out of place, then, you know, the Enchantress might be the one they go on, but you are already having boots is very difficult.
This is there, but that's fine. You can attempt to go for a lucky hit there. Ooh, actually jumping forward into LOA. Might be going a little bit too deep here. Salve. want to pop the mango so you get the next impetus attack off. Not going to be the case. Still did block up, body block that camp as well. You know, not that keen actually to have the boots sent out to him just yet. If you're killing anyone in this lane, it is going to be the same. Oh, going indeed.
They're trying.
You tried to make something happen.
Where are you going?
Doesn't have any leads
He's
left.
committed. That's the TP up with the impetus along with the Blade Fury. It's not enough damage. That extra level, unfortunately for you are, will not secure the first blood that we're still yet to see in this game 1.
Talking to Cap a little bit before, and I asked him, you know, who's been your MVP so far? I cheekily said, is it Paulson, because of how well he's been able to, you know, sink in with the rest of Quincy crew. In all honesty, I feel like it's Xingqiu. He has been showing up in every single game that he's been playing.
And this has helped LGD with their positioning currently at the table. They're 7-3 map count, looking to try and continue to grow a strong lead that they have had so far in a lot of the games. We just constantly see that. Did you feel like Quincy crew are going to be the answer to Arme? Because that's my big thing as well. Like, whenever we see LGD on this stream, like, Arme is just getting a stupid timing on Battle Furies.
Yeah. Go this time around, though. It seems like his bread and butter to be able to secure that one for themselves. And you can just see, even at the very start of this, not the easiest lane considering, what, every single time the creep wave comes, you're getting your range creep denied, but he's still at the top of the network. This is a ridiculous efficiency again coming out from Arme.
If you're always looking to improve his carry, definitely the person to watch. Always will say that Arme is such a mechanically gifted player and knowing where he needs to be for farming pattern wires. And there's a lot of other incredible players. We've seen Quinn pop off time and time again, like you highlighted Xingqiu as well. So this is a game of the stars here.
That's what we want. We don't want a bunch of EU sympathizers. This is all about the major of the other regions, you know, individually skilled C players that have had to jump in at the last second, showing that very skilled region. We get the drink call used onto the mid lane. Everyone's here.
LOA. Battle already at the mid tier 1 tower, but nothing to say. Pretty tanky. Even got to pop the raging. Now Quinn's going to be careful, but Xingqiu point blank finds first blood. And now that gives nothing to say. The experience for the ultimate. So Radiant, it was a nice attempt, bringing the supports as soon as the puck had that ultimate advantage over the Mars. But it gives away level 6, and now LOA might be in trouble as well. Faith Beyond's already got 3 points at the crush, and plenty amount of damage to follow up afterwards as well. 3 quick kills for PSG.LGD gives them a 2,000 net worth lead early on.
Really nice play there from Paulson as well. Oh, the spear actually connects onto the illusion instead of himself. Will he be able to get it cleaned up? No, Polo, will he get away?
Right click Xingqiu. He's on point.
Actually not opting to TP back to the lane, running all the way back. He's going to lose about half a wave, but it's not the full wave because of Polo making sure to pull that away. He pulls it away, gets the illusion rune as well, denying it away from nothing to say. So really nicely done from the support, even though he does go down in the end.
And Yua's even already back to jungling, so it looks like now that Faith Beyond's got level 6, this is where the big slaughter lane factor can come into play, where you can just shove someone out. You take a look at the life of Yua and what he's going to be able to provide or get provided from the jungle, and if there's any stacks right now. Because this is a free lane down bot, and well, you want to make sure you're getting as much as possible across the map, and they are not doing that.
About the efficiency with the farming army is like, thank you very much. I'll take a couple of those Eidolons on the top side.
Thanks.
Back up straight away. So there was a post recently on Reddit where there was a guy that spams Chen. I might need to stop this as we've 3 heroes up on the top here. Innocence might be under a little bit of danger.
Dire's top tower is about to fall.
He's alright. Although staying around for the Echo Stomp.
He'll be very fast.
That Astra, yeah. That is the Astral. So much armor as well, 14, wow.
Nearly 500 movement speed, yeah.
Structures are fortified.
But anyway, he was talking about what the best creeps are for a Chen to have, and One of them was the Wild Wing Ripper that they were using to give that little bit of vision over above the tower to make sure that this was a safe attempt here. But what a lot of people don't realize is that it also gives 15 attack speed slow, which could be really important against the likes of the Monkey King and the Slardar that need to build up those stacks of the Crush and the Jingu Mastery, respectively.
Yeah, two heroes that very much rely on having that attack speed, and you brought up that Dire are going to have an immense amount of physical damage as this game goes on, so just going to slow that output down ever so slightly.
Coming in, LOA is going to pop it though, and the good placement of that ward. It eventually gets dewarded, but...
I was going to say just use the combo. Forced to use the arena defensively, but Quinn, coil dropped. It's going to break it, but Yua's even moving over with the Blade Fury, so nothing to say. Chase down. Xingqiu's still underneath an Observe Ward, and Quinn's actually going to snag one courier, not the second. That was a Windlace along with the Broom Handle for nothing to say.
It's the Naked Necrobook though. Who needs boots? Who needs wand? Nothing like that needed for Leslao. He is just going for peak efficiency with his farming. Pressure put on as well. You know, you use the improved Malefice and going to keep people inside your Midnight Pulse while your Necrobooks are attacking them. It's obnoxious as hell.
You see that. I mean, LGD continuing with this net worth lead, and in particular Arme.
Look at where Arme's farming as well. He's got that deep ward up there. Even looked to throw out the Boundless onto Quinn. Just in time, but this enables so much space for the rest of his team. Might end up costing him.
He needs help actually, yeah. Faith Beyond moving, Arrow flying through as well, but
they got rid of the Jingu as well.
We
have the capability of turning around and fighting.
The prize is mine.
Precious bounty.
how's Yuwa going though? We see that Arme's having a really good time. Yuwa's going for a Midas. Meanwhile, coil drop over the Titan. Silence prevents. Yeah, good stop. Nice little pick up. Now, I have seen Yuwa go for this Midas on the Juggernaut. I cannot remember what series, but it was on a different channel that I just tuned into shortly. So the Midas pickup for the Jug, very interesting.
It's okay, right? Because the Swift Slash, the Omni Slash, it's all based on your attack speed. You want to beef that up as much as possible. So Jug's probably one of the few that I don't mind it on.
Yeah, at least you're someone that's actually going to use that attack speed, which is the big thing. And, well, I was bringing up the Slardar Midas, and Faith Beyond, he's also gone for his own. There's the brown boots, the bracer. No one this time that we see often, but we'll also go back into the Midas. So he's going to be someone that will scale very nicely. And the extra experience is always important on a Slardar.
And the Orb of Corrosion as well, so lots of minus armor already on this lineup.
Do you feel like Radiant are the ones that just want to be farming, or like who's the one that should be putting pressure on towers so far in this game?
Well, you've got the Dream Coil up in 10 seconds with the Veil picked up, so I think around this mid lane, as they have been, this is where they need to be looking to play around right now on Quincy Crew. Be a little bit difficult though, you know, you've got the Black Hole, but not a huge mana pool, so hard to get off your full complement of spells still.
You see they've got a bit of an issue with starting these fights on LGD until Faith Beyond gets that blink. It's going to be the next item, and then he can have set up here for Xingqiu, who's going for his own Yules, which is a great item this game. You know, kiting out the Waning Rift, the Omni Slash, kind of dodging. Early on, it's going to be another stun to stop the Black Hole, a setup for the Arrow. You know, it's always a good item for the Mirana.
It sets up for everything, you know, even if only an Elder Titan's nearby, you can use the Echoes as well. Always going to be able to tank up a whole lot more with that Untouchable, so I feel like later on, when you get a few more of these levels and the 2 points into the Corrosive Haze combined together with a Desolator that Nothing to Say is most likely going to get after the Yule Scepter, I think he's going to leave the Blink Dagger to Faith Beyond. He could get one shot, but for now, he should be fine. Maybe just two shot. Starts coming through the Mars. It's been annoyingly mid by the Shardlings.
What's Quinn up to for? Also the Veil, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Totally reasonable. Oh, Coil, they found here.
Well, the first hit bash as well. He already had that charged up. Arena gonna get dropped, but Polisan is able to drive right on by. But Quinn actually jaunted away, so that extra damage they were needing is still there thanks to the Pangolier.
Yeah, he's no stranger to a drive-by as Polisan pop, and he's going to be able to take out the Slider as a result. Slow down that Blink Dagger timing as well, which is really important. Like I mentioned before, nothing to say it's a mid-Mars. You need the damage. You can't go all in onto this initiation. That's not your role.
Is Dire going to let that middle tower fall?
Big tower here for Quincy crew now. Early tier 1 mid falling can give them a lot of extra map control to play with. As you see, they're already just moving up aggressively and trying to limit the farm that Dire can get.
He's wrong.
Nothing really they could do to stop it, right? You know, you've got an Elder Titan. Sure, you can get a decent amount of damage built up with all of these units that are going to be pushing your towers. You've got the Eidolons, you've got the Necrobooks, you've got this team that, other than the Juggernaut, are going to play together quite a big amount. But in terms of pure damage, I mean, if Xingqiu goes forward, he's going to get silenced, he's going to get coiled, he's going to get slowed down. There's nothing really that they can do to stop these all-in pushes just yet, at least until the Monkey starts to come online.
Oh, he's got the Battle Fury, so getting pretty close to coming online is Arme. You know, he's still working on the Aghanim's, but the fact that he's got that first farming utensil is going to speed him up ever so drastically.
Shadow. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Light 2. Smoke on Moonlight. Bait to be on. Arme's going to pop the smoke. They're going to be careful because Dire actually might drop the ward and cut through the river and have like a pincer maneuver here. And around a choke point, nothing stays away for the rest of the team. The Rainer drop instantly on Polosan. Arrow first, but the arrow's up the mark, and Polosan as well keeps his life. Now Xingqiu's going to leap forward aggressively. They're going to be careful because Polo just gets to roll on forward, finds the clip with a stun, and Quinn's going to try and control up the Mars here. Yuan's moving on over. Might just attempt a quick TP out, but the Omnislash isn't enough. It is.
It is. He used it at the very last second, realizing that, you know, probably not wanting to waste it just in case he's got those unlucky bounces over to the ancient camp. But 1-2 right clicks with the extra attack speed coming from the hand of Midas. I think he might have got one javelin proc as well, and then using the Omni Slash to finish the job.
We see that Lelis has gone for the Necro 3s as well. Sometimes the Enigma just likes the level 1 Necros just for the early push potential, and of course Necros is broken. But why do we think that Lelis is actually committed for the Necro 3s instead of just holding the level 1?
I mean, I think when you're coming up against a lot of these, you know, AoE abilities, you've got the Mars that's going to be rebuking away, you've got the Monkey King that's throwing out some Boundless Strikes. The battle, they're going to catch out with Pangolier here, a little bit too deep.
Yeah, that's...
Come get healed.
Yeah, a lot too deep.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little bit too deep is a bit of an understatement. I got no idea what the boys are doing there. They will get punished as well. When you got to punish them with a move like that. As LGD get 2, and meanwhile Arme's freely farming. He has not left this triangle camp in such a long time.
But yeah, with the Necro book as well, you've got a lot of people, like I said, that last wheel could proc on, that you can deal a bunch of extra unexpected damage. You've also got the ability to cancel out the Moonlight Shadow just with your Necro book 3 warrior.
Drops the Echo Storm. Mars going to drop the arena, but it doesn't matter. Yuan can move on forward with the protection of the magic immunity. So again, nothing to say he's going to die. That's his 3rd death of the game here on the mid-Mars. And now they're sweeping on over. Polosan has even got the clip as well. Can he guess the right direction of the Rolling Thunder on why? Will not be able to.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. So he's
Able to
wrong.
get out, but still, this lane's pretty well pushed up on the top side. They've got vision of it. It was a clever play by Xingqiu actually to use his arrow to kill the Necrobook warrior, so they got rid of that true sight. Otherwise, they would have lost all of this vision in the lane. I'm not sure if Quincy spotted.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. So he's wrong.
I haven't taken any objectives yet.
Let that middle tower fall.
I don't think they're minding that all that much though, right? Like, you got your Blink Dagger on the Slardar. Now, yes, it's a little unfortunate that nothing to say. Got the Blink Dagger queued up. I'm not sure if this is the play. I feel like you just need to go all in onto the damage, just not only for the teamfight potential, you know, you've got the Slardar for the initiation, but also just increasing your farm. to really complement what the Monkey King is going to have around the same time that you would pick it up.
Quinn. Look at the space, because meanwhile, they're actually in Roshan. And Dire are not aware if this scan's going to come through. Roche is taking a while. They could actually get there. They've got to be careful. With the one on the high ground, Xinkyu. See them still stand their ground. Roche about a third health. How can they start? Quinn just gets a solo kill. He does drop the coil for that. Mirana wants to buy back. They don't have vision at the moment. The Astral's going to provide them that, but it looks like too low and they can't get over fast enough. Army's actually already farming quad. So a great move there from Quincy crew. A slight opportunity nets them the ages.
Now, big win when you're going up against the Slardar lineup as well.
Army, they might just drop Black Hole here. They haven't used it just yet, but they will. Black Hole gonna get committed. Even rolling Thunder, but it's all well and truly worth it. There's Army. This big win condition here for LGD. Oh, Arena 2. LGD. I mean, they got a net worth lead, but last couple of minutes, Quincy crew had their number.
Heading on the top, not sure if they're aware that this Observer Ward is available. Realizing they don't have any high ground vision of their own, that Sentry Ward would have spotted it. Comes that Moonlight Shadow being used. I think nothing to say. He's probably going to show himself in this mid lane. He's so close to being able to pick up that Link Dagger for himself.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
You are? Oh, nice scan.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's getting.
They're going to see him now backing off with that Observer Ward, but the lead right now for PSG.LGD, you still see that Ame's getting a lot of farm. Aghanim's completed. So the Golden Wukongs will be across the map as they might find LOA. Monkey Slardar, even nothing to say, coming over. Brings him down with the shield to the face. We really want to see Mars can pop off and start doing an immense amount of damage, but nothing to say. Hasn't had the greatest start just yet. So if you can get a couple kills, I can definitely give him an influxing or to turn it around.
Now that was a God's Rebuke that did 560 damage on its own. No Desolator setup, just with the Corrosive Haze and the Orb of Corrosion onto the Enchantress. So untouchable, don't know about that. I think you're very touchable right now.
Yeah, and you take a look at the armor that Radiant have. I mean, it's 10 on the puck. A little bit of attributes from the items that he has at the moment, which is the big thing. But Enigma's only got 6, Pango's got 11, the Enchantress has 9. So these are all heroes that doesn't have the greatest armor at the moment. And like you just highlighted, with out the Desolator, they're going to be doing an immense amount of physical damage.
I'm liking the optimization though by the Quincy crew players to be able to test that, right? Like, a lot of times you might see the pucks go the Veil, Dagon, Blink, and then just try and max out the Dagon, but realizing the threat of this huge one-hit potential that they've got, go into the A on this.
Oh, Polo. Nothing to say, he's struggling on the Mars, yeah.
On
and they're sweeping on through.
Yeah, look at this.
Black Hole still on cooldown for 10. They dropped the coil just on the Elder Titan. He gone down that he is. They're looking to reset here, LGD. Moonlight Shadow. They're disconnected though.
Maybe push in the mid-wave, rotate through to top, look to take the tier 2. Trying to chase a little bit here. Policid's all the way back behind his tier 2 on the bot lane. He's going to be happy enough just to clear out this wave. They really do. Then we're going to make the deep dive onto him, but it's just a position 4. Still make the rotation through with the puck, though. No Dream Coil.
Illusion!
It's a tier 2 tower for a position 4 and not a perfect TP coming through from Quinn. Still going to claim a few last hits, though.
Top tower has some radiant-shaped problems.
See that Lelis is working on the BKBs, the next item here for the Enigma too, so we'll have that magic immunity factor with the big black hole that can potentially come through. It's always the scarcity here for LGD, worried of when he's going to use that and how they have to position in a lot of these fights.
I mean, you mentioned the importance of getting that thing that's going to be able to interrupt the BKB black hole. Not a factor yet. But all these Yule scepters being built up, so he needs to get the perfect one, it seems, to be able to cancel it out. Everyone has a way to interrupt it except for the Slardar right now.
Doesn't look like Radiant are going to get much out of this Aegis though, but one to... Well, 10 seconds left, not going to be enough to put a lot of pressure on the tier 2 tower. They've taken the top tier 2, but looks like just mainly a farming one for Yuar, who is still struggling to keep up with Arme though, who, you know, without the Midas is A-okay with just the Battle Fury and the Aghanims.
This is big.
They can bring him down with the timing, they can. Nothing to say. Perfect. We're struggling before being able to find the connection. Meanwhile, mid as well, Arme run into Lelis, who's a little bit away from the team. Split up way shy there. And now they're really disconnected.
Did have to use a lot to be able to get that kill. The arena used. Be a bit careful. No Aegis though, so QUINCY aren't going to want to fully commit to this.
We do see though, like this was the answer to the puck again that PSG.LGD had when they versed Vici Gaming. So nothing to say, showing how strong that Eul's can be to catch out Quinn. So if he can keep getting some of those pickoffs, can really limit this puck potential that we see time and time again.
Take us.
See here, the puck is going to be up in a few seconds, but the Moonlight Shadow being used. I'll try and find out Yuar. It's going to be enough to take it.
Taking the bash. Arme's in trouble. Yuar, actually, apologies. TP coming through. Polisson. Alright. You do see, though, like, some backup. Gotta be wary of how eager they step forward.
This TP is used up to the top side, though, so nothing to say. Good move to be able to push out this tower. Get some passage damage onto it. Deny away a lot of that valuable golden experience. Being able to be here to pick up bounty.
Mine is truly a blessed.
He's getting close to his own BKB. He's gone away from the Desolated build, realizing, look, if we find the right target and we don't die, we've got enough damage for now.
We rely not upon fortune.
Yeah, they well and truly have that damage. We're seeing, though, either team is...
Attack.
There's still been a lot of aggressive movements, but we've only got 18 kills in this game, 25 minutes in. It's not like they're not getting active, but you know, either team is just very aware of where these smokes are coming through, just able to read it perfectly.
Grouped up Dire in this top jungle. Waiting for anything. It might just be that Black King bar. Faith beyond, allow him to go in onto the front lines and not care too much about the rebuttal coming through from the punch.
It's 3 BKBs now for PSG.LGD, so this is actually a massive timing for them to go. So they take the outpost and they're grouping up for a smoke. Wire's got one available. Meanwhile, they've shoved in the lanes. Mid and top pushed in. Get on the higher ground before Quinn gets set up here. This could be an okay spot, but they see how Nothing to Say is positioning on the Mars as well. So kind of giving away that smoke maneuver.
Good map reading though by Quinn there, really showing his experience, his professionalism. Puts in a lot of hard work and it shows. They're going to use that little bit of timing, like you said, to push the lanes out. Take a tier 1 tower. You've got a siege creep here and all the Eidolon army and all of these necro books, so they're going to have to make a rotation. Q that's going to put himself in harm's way. It's enough to clear it out though.
Leaving Glyph. Okay.
A little bit keen with that.
Well, Shinkyu. Maleficus allows Polo to follow up. Might be able to get some leaps off. He hasn't died just yet. Now with the rotations coming through. Tier 2, Tier 3 tower with TPs, Rainbow. They're going to be careful now. They'll lose to Mirana, but nothing to say. A great arena locks in 2 Alloy as well. Forwards of the remnants of the Pangolier. They'll keep that Tier 2 tower alive and instantly looking to try and get something out of the map now as well.
There's a full rotation though, and you only end up getting 2 supports. You know, you are, again, he's got the Midas. He's happy for this game to be dragged out a little bit further. He's going into that AC, realizing that, look, if I get caught out and I don't have any armor up for myself, yes, he doesn't need it just yet when he's going into this really safe lane triangle farming, but he'll eventually need it, that's for sure. Desolator's the next item off the line, or Nothing to Say. Got that BKB, still sitting at 10 seconds.
Roche is going to be the next big battle here, as it will be up in a minute 10. Radiant though with this Necro 3, as you see, being able to de-ward very effectively, but Blink, Faith Beyond? A bit of a peculiar spot here, as Quinn's putting in work right now on the park. So we're going to try and jaunt on forward. But that's now Slardar down for 45. He will be up by the time Roshan spawns, but it gives now Quincy Crew time to set up and get vision down around the area.
Real valuable kill.
Nothing to say, he's underneath the deserve ward. It's going to be careful. Nice blink. A little bit shy there from Polo. Blink from a distance and didn't get that instant stun.
There's what we've been worrying about if you're a fan of LGD. Black Hole is going to be protected by the BKB now for Leslau, and what a time for Roche to respawn. 25 seconds away. Wouldn't ask for more if you're Quincy.
This choreo. It's so annoying how you can just hide it there.
Yeah, obviously weren't.
Real nice. That Elven Tunic is
Dire are
fantastic.
scanning threat.
Oh yeah.
Giving himself the evasion. Yes, you're still going to be able to hit with a Boundless Strike, but even just one hit. Imagine if you miss the Bash of the Deep.
Orb Destruction even picked up for Arme too, so more minus armor. In the hands of PSG.LGD. Smoke on smoke. Time to brawl. Roshan available. Wire's going to leave the higher ground first. Instantly drops the observer ward. Vision is king. They're just going to get that taken away. And now LGD, they need a reset. You can't walk up that higher ground without information. And Arme actually scouts out Roche is up, so they're aware of this. Radiant sweeping on over. Lelis, Blink, BKB available for this engagement. But again, Vision, where can you get it provided from? Roche's going to fall pretty low, and Arme's actually just going to chuck out the ultimate early. Arena, nicely done. Nothing. Nate's actually going to be able to bring down Poet Sons. Does he have a buyback available? He's not dead just yet, but he will still fall. Earth Splitter is well dropped, so Arme's going to be able to claim the ages, but Faith Beyond, he finds you what? You're falling incredibly low. Faith Beyond, the Goblin Slash. No one else is going to be able to take it up. Enough to say what to counter on forward. And that's God's Rook along with the Spear. Jug loses his life there, and all in all, a great fight for LGD. They get the ages and 2 kills as well. The first death of the game here for UR, and you see how they're using those ultimates, just the zoning factor, so Arme can pick up the ages of the Immortal.
The zoning factor, and that's exactly what I was talking about. You know, he's still kind of in this farming stage as he works towards the AC. So if you get caught out, even a couple of hits on this Juggernaut, got the a decent amount of armor, it's still not enough. You need to build more. You've got so much minus armor right now on PSG.LGD. With that kill, gonna net them the Desolator.
Now on the strike, Quinn's gonna get caught. No extra chain lockdown, but they might be able to bring arm. BKB on cooldown for another 10 seconds. Quinn actually jaunts forward. Quinn, coil up in 5 seconds. They're going to be careful, Dire. They don't have the outpost control, so they can't TP in from Slardar. But nothing to say, sweeping on over from mid to bot. He might be able to catch out the retreat here. Positioning from Quincy. Got to be careful to jump on for the cord's going to get broken. Actually, no, the Monkey King hits it. How's the health coming back? Arme healed back up thanks to the cheese. And now he stands his ground. The puck down for 60 seconds. Aloe's going to get caught out here as that'll be 2 on the deck. The quick cheese from Arme. Wow, what a timing.
Amazing utilization of you know, all these spells in the team fight. Pops the cheese, like you mentioned, and Puck gets caught out once. Aeon Disc was only completed after the fact there, so to save himself from the imminent doom coming through. I just want to count up all this minus sum that they've got right now. Level 18 on the Slardar, that's minus 20. Another, what is it, 5, 6 on the Desolator, 26. You've got the Orb of Destruction, that's another 4. You've got the Elder Titan negating all of your base armor. So, sitting, what, negative 30?
Fun. No, PSG.LGD, we are seeing time and time again. You give Arme space, he is going to make you pay. Top of the net worth. I mean, he hasn't even going to kill, but I'm worried. Real worried right now. LGD looking strong. 13,000 net worth lead. Nothing to say, is really stormed back hard throughout the mid game here on the Mars. We see went back for that Desolator. Well, I think he was like 2 and 3 as well, but now being able to get a 637 KDA.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they even have a double damage rune as well to utilize here. Not that they needed the extra damage, but I'm sure they'll take it.
Do Radiant want their middle tower?
Cleaning out those creeps as well. That's good with Army. Any opportunity that he has to hit creeps.
Radiant's middle tower is full.
Take him. Creeps, creeps. Give me creeps.
And
Also level 23.
talking about that Wade, have we seen like a, other than the one that initially killed Arme when he was farming a bit aggressively, haven't we seen Black Hole?
Radiant's top tower.
Just one.
Yeah,
That I
just
can
that
remember.
Arme farming on the Radiant side of the map, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's all I can remember right now from those.
Even
And this is
now,
scary
you've got
because
the BKB, right? You've got the Abyssal Blade on the
Abyssal.
monkey.
And what's the Mars got queued up? He's got Abyssal Blade queued up as well. So now they're going to have two ways. We highlighted that. You can always itemize for some of your weaknesses here. And that they've done.
Bottom tower, Jax.
You know you're having a
just-
good game when you've just got a Chrysalis sitting in your...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You know you're fat as anything.
Giant's bottom tower is under attack.
He is mega farmed right here for Arme. Top of the net worth. 6,000 ahead of his counterpart in the position 1. Midnight Pulse, Quinn. Can they punish here? Nice shoes to the pipe, and he's actually going to jump on forward with the Abyssal Blade. Ella Wade, a lot of damage still. They'll lose the first life. Okay, they're going to drop everything to protect him. That they will. Splitter finds through. Bella's going to try and drop the BKB, but Monkey King is out of the E. No, they pushed him out. Now with the work on. Oh, they will turn the balance. Quinn, gotta be careful. Elder's going to get popped along with the arena, but the face shift gives him the space. They need to come back though, but they're still protected. The Wukong lets him siege. There's no Yuwa. And there's no damage now without him. He's got no buyback. They even find new judges. They just call it. That Black Hole was off the mark and it cost Quincy Crew game 1.
Unfortunate. They wanted the widest range just to make sure no one could have any way of joining in onto that team fight. That's why Lelos positioned himself so deep into there, but it was just a fraction too much. Able to dodge it out.